tell by the shirt it's time to, I guess, go back to the accolades and time to talk about WrestleMania 41. It's all the exact reason. So it's the boys all here, full form. It's DC, it's Rob, it's Harold. We're all here talking the two-night WrestleManias. The internet was pissed on night one and a little confused. Night two, I don't know, but I think we're all in consensus because the one over-glossed, I guess, comment is this didn't feel like a WrestleMania. This just no. it was don't get me wrong, it was a pretty okay show, and it was a pretty good show, and that was it. But none of these were on the WrestleMania quality, and I guess I'm not being biased. At least I hope I'm not.
It was like a WrestleMania 18 style Mania.
Yeah. I mean, but even that still felt like a WrestleMania. You know what I mean? This just didn't have it. We'll get into it. Maybe we could find out why it didn't have it. So, this has been said in years past, and I'm glad that somebody's finally getting it. If the World Championship match is not going to main event, you put it on first. So that's exactly what we got of night one. It was Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. The whole world was yeeting. The whole world was yeeting with Jey Uso. The entire Allegiant Stadium, the majority of them were. It looked like everybody at one point. Gunther come out, and it just reminded you that we're in a wrestling match. This is a wrestling match now. And that's kind of what it was for a little bit. Gunther tried to do his thing. It was a wrestling match. And then it turned into, I don't want to say it, but Jimmy looked so much like Roman Reigns in this, it wasn't even funny. Just hit the move, look like a big star, hit the big move, look like a big star, kick out of everything, you can't beat me, the unbeatable, undeniable. But, I mean, it was meant to be. It was meant to be, and then the unthinkable happened when he went out and he actually made Gunther submit, which I don't think anybody's done.
One other.
Oh, okay, sorry. One guy.
Dragunov.
First off, that's a different breed of animal right there, so I understand that.
His entire career on the Indies, up until now, Gunther, Walter, whatever you want to call him, only tapped out twice.
I love that. So this is the second time, and it was the great moment. It was the moment that I guess we were expecting. As we kept talking about on Max, and we kind of plugged here every now and again, the momentum for Jey was up and down, up and down. It was like a wave. 1 minute it showed up, the next minute it was calm. Then the next minute it showed up, then it was calm. It took all of Jimmy damn near losing half, fucking 4 pints of blood to kind of get everybody back on Jay's side. It worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked. And then we got here, we got the result we expected. The question is obvious. Where do we go next? But before we get into that one, thoughts on the match? I heard the internet going crazy. I hope it wasn't Uncle Dave for the ratings saying this was a 4 and 4.25. This didn't break a 4. Mm-hmm. Sorry, didn't break a 4. Good job. They worked hard. Sorry.
Maybe it's just me, but I think, we gotta not look at this like an AEW style pay-per-view. For what WWE normally does, it was solid.
Oh no, not disagreeing. It was definitely solid.
Yeah. I mean, both men did well, and I think yes, he made Gunther tap, but also he beat Gunther with Gunther's own move.
There you go. That's good. Good point there. Thank you for bringing that up.
You got a story there.
Always have the story.
Yeah, I mean, I think solid is the word I'm going to continue to come back to describe not just this match, but the event in general. A solid pay-per-view. I think it's where WrestleMania on the title is where people start to feel maybe a little let down at that point. Because albeit it was a solid pay-per-view, but it was a lot more seed planning, I felt, than most pay-per-views. I feel like, or WrestleManias, I mean. I feel like
Yeah, at least.
WrestleManias are usually more satisfying in the results.
Yes.
I don't know. That's how I
You
feel.
know, I'll just
Normally the
say
closing of
one last
chapters,
thing,
but yeah.
real quick, on one point. You guys remember last year? They made last year feel like Avengers Endgame.
Yes.
And how important that was. Now, lately with Marvel movies, most of them have been kind of, not
Yeah.
terrible, but solid. It feels kind of like that's where we're at now. Like last year, with WrestleMania 40, it was Avengers Endgame with Cody and Roman. This year was just kind of like, I mean, not bad, but it didn't have that same like it was lacking something.
I dig that. Rob,
Still not bad though.
are you in the same sentiments?
Yeah. I don't know why, but I was kind of expecting this to kind of bang a little bit more. It didn't really deliver like I expected, I guess. But then again, um, that's my bad for having high expectations in a WWE match for quality wrestling. Because that's just not what they do. And like DC had established that we can't watch this like we would AEW because it's not AEW. It's the storytelling company, and for the story that Gunther and Jay told, it did what it needed to do. This was the right conclusion to a story that
Yeah.
kind of had these perpetual waves, like you mentioned, um, and it did what it needed to do. Not a four, Uncle Dave.
Yeah. Yeah. Get
I
get
say
your
3 and a
ratings right
quarter.
there, Uncle Dave. You're getting a little ahead of yourself. We got a whole bunch of celebrities in the crowd. Chris Angel, obviously, because he's in L.A. or Las Vegas, I should say. George Kittle in the crowd. George Kittle wearing a Jey Uso shirt, chugging beers. Because what else are NFL players supposed to do in the off
Yeah,
season?
me too.
I loved it. Hey, chugging beers.
And
Go
Dean
ahead.
Norris from Breaking Bad.
That's right. That's
Dave
right.
Norris.
There was again.
Little
The
Hank
stars
Schrader.
were out, as they like to say. The stars were out. So the next one, hey, I mean, we could have skipped it. In all reality, I don't know what they expected out of it, but we got it anyway. The New Day taking on the War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championships. So Clash of Clans is a game. It's like a mobile game, okay? And it's also kind of like cartoony. And DC's already getting the point. And why is the War Raiders, the War Raiders, listen to the name. Why are they dressed up like goofy characters from Clash of Clans? Like, it's,
Yeah, I didn't get that. The gear looked real shitty.
yeah,
I could have swore they've had better looking
they
gear
have,
in WWE already. So I
again,
don't know what that was about.
cosplay.
I've
Clash
seen
of Clans are
cosplayers
trying to do the
make better
thing.
shit than that.
It's
Oh, is that what it was? Was it legit cosplay?
yeah, legit cosplay. And that's why it's like that's why I said
Oh.
it's gonna go over a bunch of people's head. If you don't here's the other thing: if you don't play the game, and if you're not seeing every other goddamn advert with Cody Rhodes, oh, are you Cody the Captain Rhodes or whatever the hell, and the people want to fight him in Clash. Regardless, I'm going off on a tyrant. It's a shitty game. These guys should have never fucking dressed up like it. So shitty cosplay, shitty match. It did kind of like start a little hot. There's an apron spot. There's the New Day were trying to do like a Hardy's spot. Try to do I don't know what the hell it was. They hit Trouble in Paradise. Ivar hits Kingston with a moonsault. Xavier breaks up the cover. Sloppy is all fuck. Woods distracts the referee. Kingston trips Ivar off the ropes. They get up, down, down. That's the win. That's it. They are the new tag team champions. How many times have these guys won the tag belts?
12.
Well, plus one.
So
No,
13. Jesus Christ.
no, this one was 12.
Oh, okay.
They don't count the NXT ring.
Really?
Oh, that's the plus one. I get it.
So-
Just
What they should have done, the finish they should have gone with,
nah, fucking no.
have Big E come out and help them win. or help them or cost them the match. Either or could have worked.
I was expecting a biggie, anything.
Something.
It's something, and I didn't get a nothing. So
the only thing I'm going to say about this match is that it should have went in place of DIY, Street Profits, and Motor City Machine Guns.
Yep.
I think that would have been a better match.
And Roy.
This is the second time War Raiders and New Day have fought. The match they had on Raw, like, what was it, about like a month ago? Was like 10 times better than the match they had at Mania.
I was just about to ask, do you think something was up? Do you think that the chemistry was lacking, or was it the producers just flat out sucking that night?
Both.
I'm gonna go with mainly the producer spot, because it's not like War Raiders are a bad team. It's not like the New Day are a bad team. Maybe this was rushed.
Yeah.
Because it got got 9 minutes. So I don't know.
I feel like both teams, if they wanted to, could have put on a better match, and for whatever reason didn't. Who knows?
Rob, anything to add?
No, I would have rather had the other tag match, because I think that one would have had better everything.
Everything.
I'll tell you what they should have replaced it with.
Oh.
Fraxium versus Hank and Tank.
Hey, I have only heard amazing things about Fraxium, so I will.
Bring those boys to the main roster now.
I don't know. They might get crumbled. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We get a special weather report saying that there's a storm coming in. It was stupid. It was corny. But Jade Cargill versus Naomi, it's just a fucking match. Just a match. Yeah. I don't think people really know who Jade is. Like, because it was like Naomi got a pop, and she's been getting some love since the segment that they went through where they booed the shit out of Jade. But I truly don't think people really know who Jade Cargill is. I think they just think that she's some fucking lackey, like she's a Last Legend type of person or whatever have you. So anytime she does a move or she's looking good, you know what I mean? She's going on a little bit of a run, as they say. There's no momentum from the crowd. There's just nothing. Then again, they were kind of out of it altogether. So the moves looked set up. It looked formulated, obviously, maybe a little too formulated. I was still kind of impressed-ish. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. There you go. I'm changing my mind every turn around. I didn't hate it. It wasn't a bad watch, but it wasn't like, oh my God, take all my money. I got to see this all over again. But it was solid. That's the word we're using tonight. Solid. It was solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. Jade had a cool storm gear outfit going on.
Oh yeah.
That's all I got to say about that match.
Do you see anything?
Not bad.
I think it was Jade's probably best match she's had in WWE.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Part of when you say the crowd doesn't really know her, like they did a shitty job introducing her. Like,
oh yeah,
show the people who she is. Like, I mean, you can't do much
Yeah.
because AEW, but still, like, do like interviews, do
something.
Show the crowd who she is. Make us invested in her.
Please.
But we just get it's the storm a coming.
That's pretty much
the storm is here.
It is what it is.
I'll say her AEW theme was better.
But some props for Naomi. This heel turn has done her well.
Yes.
She looked really aggressive out there. She had some nice offense. I dig the theme song. I know it may not fit her aesthetic, but I think it looks cool. It's something different. This whole proceed with caution thing is pretty cool. I'm kind of excited to see what she does.
Oh yeah, was that a good old? I personally thought it was a shout out to fucking goddamn Owen Hart. Jesus Christ. Almost called it
Yeah,
Bret Owen
I was
for
saying
crying
it
out loud.
reminds me of Nation Owen Hart,
That's right, Nation of
the
Domination.
original Cody Rahim, if y'all don't remember.
Yeah, we're talking. Now we're
And
talking.
uh, I was gonna say Naomi's transformation and added relevancy from it reminds me of when the Usos kind of went through that
Yeah.
transformation. What was it, like 2016 or so?
I want to
Yeah.
say a
And
little, like a
it
little.
was just a
Yeah,
gear
that's right.
change and kind of a little bit of an attitude change, and it did wonders for him.
Oh yeah, the
So,
day
yeah, like
ones.
Rob said, glad to see where this goes.
I
And
love it.
I don't think this is done.
No,
No.
it's kind of another one of these examples that we're getting of, rather than the closing the storybook, we're turning the page and adding an extension to it. But I mean, it's if it works, it'll work. So that's all I'm really tripping on. If it works, then it works. If not, we'll go back to the drawing board. However, this worked to the T. Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, United States Championship. I've said it once. I've said it 100 times. I think I'm on record for over 300 times of saying it, and I will never stop saying it. LA Knight is a carbon copy of Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. You mix them together.
What?
Exactly. You put LA Knight in the middle of it, and they're the same
Yeah.
fucking cat.
Yeah.
With that being said, his simple move set with how awesome Jacob can do anything worked well. I literally put in the chat as this match was happening, LA Knight can't wrestle for shit. And it's the
True,
truth.
he did.
Because he doesn't have to. Because Jacob did everything for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was outstanding. And that is what makes this kid so special. Not to mention, and I mean, let's be real here. The cat's near 300 pounds. And he's making Jeff Hardy's Swan Tom look better than it has since 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Argue that.
I can't. This guy deserves this belt and any other belt that could come his way in the next year. He is the rocket is strapped to him, and I don't think the fuel gauge is going bye-bye
Nope.
anytime soon. He's got
Oh
it,
no.
and let him run with it.
Oh no.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Jacob is everything that they wanted Solo to be.
Yes, and
Yep.
then some.
Yep.
Charisma, like you want somebody that can get over. And Jacob's, I don't care what anybody says, Jacob is a face. After
Yeah.
Mania, he's a
He's a
face.
tweener. Call him a
And if you
tweener.
think about it, if you want somebody that can get over with the crowd, look at Jacob's past. Look at his story. You know, he's made the mistakes in life. He's done the this, the that, and he's turned his life around.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you want somebody to go on these talk shows, he's your guy
He's your dude.
Mm-hmm.
because he is authentic. And I think it's high time that as far as Jacob Fatu goes, we acknowledge him.
Hey. I'm about to say throw it up for the Fatu one time.
Yeah,
He
you
is
know
our
the
tribal chief. Or what anybody said.
I agree to that. I agree with what Mo was saying. Fatu carried this match with LA Knight. I've never been a big LA Knight guy. I think he's just too basic for me, too vanilla. But where he excelled in this match, I feel, was in the psychology factor of it.
Yes.
He played into a lot of Jacob looking like this unstoppable force. He was throwing everything at him. He's like, let me hit him with a clothesline. Let me hit him with the something off the top rope. Let me hit him with the bulldog. Okay, nothing's working. What is going to work without it being that redundant? Oh, he just kicked out of my pin. What do I do now?
Yeah,
It
exactly.
wasn't that. It was kind of refreshing in the psychology sense. So, but again, just a solid match. Didn't blow me away. The result is what we were looking for. The result
Yes.
is what we got, and that's what sold this match for me.
I think it was a foregone conclusion though that LA Knight was not beating Jacob Fatu.
No.
In any circumstance, this was
I
not
thought
gonna happen.
the only way, and a couple of things. I think had LA Knight won, I think the crowd would have immediately turned on him.
Oh yeah, Dunzo, bro.
Well, if they wanted to keep the title on Knight, the only way that could have feasibly worked And I kind of half expected Solo and Tama to come out and get involved and either cost Jacob the match, either by DQ or that possibly could have worked. But also, we got to give a shout out to Haku, who
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
nobody gave him permission to do it.
Y-
He just did it. Like, as people have said, are you going to say no to Haku?
I'm about to say, you don't give permission to Haku. He doesn't ask for it. He goes and does it, and you tell
Does
him,
what he
thank
wants.
you for doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing this dude walking and thinking, like, who is... Oh, that's Haku.
It's just a crazy bastard known as Meng. Oh, my God. I love Meng.
Like,
Not,
still to this day, you wouldn't want to mess with him.
I know.
not a single security guard stopped him. Nobody.
They all had
Hey.
brains, they did, shockingly.
Yeah. Thankfully.
Thankfully. That's what we should be saying. Thankfully, they had the brains. Speaking of brains, and I guess a lack thereof, I could not get over the fucking commentary for this match. And it's El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. We'll get into how it ended and how it should have played and all this other shit. We'll get into that in a minute. They explained to us how this match happened, letting us know that Rey Mysterio got hurt. And so because of that, there's a replacement. Turns out to be Rey Fenix. I thought right off the bat, bad idea. You could have had Dragon Lee. You could have had, who else was I thinking of? You could have had, like, Phantasma. Who's his real fucking name? Whatever the hell his goddamn name is right now in WWE.
Santos Escobar.
There you go,
Santos,
Santos Escobar.
yeah.
It's what happens when you don't pay that much attention.
Andrade.
Andrade. Oh, yeah, you could add Andrade. It is what it is. They show a little thing where Gable is near Vikingo. They show him get shoved. I guess Vikingo's here. People are like, oh, at least he's saved from AEW. You know, you fuck right off. That's a whole different topic for a different day. We get into this match, and I don't know who's trying harder. If it's Chad Gable or if it's Rey Fenix. Because Rey had this, I guess, habit, if you will, of trying to do all the fucking cool spots he can do in any singles match he had from AEW to now. And I feel like he's still kind of trying. He's going to try to do it here. But at the same time, Chad Gable's not going to say no. Oh, yeah, cool, let's go out here and do all this lucha shit that I barely know how to do. And when it hit, it looked okay. And Rey Fenix would do his, the tightrope run and kick. And that looked good. And there was, good suplexes or whatever. But then every time I tried to get lost into the match, I got distracted by Michael Cole complaining about how he's not a real luchador. He doesn't deserve that mask. And that's goddamn Chad Gable. And Chad Gable gets the pin. And El Grande Americano this. And then Chad Gable that. And then it just... I didn't know if I was in the middle of a fucking Starbucks line or if I was losing my mind. I was at a complete loss. There's a fucking cradle. It ends up being a headbutt in the mid-air as Phoenix comes out the top rope because they have this fucking metal plate that he like sneaks into his mask. It's Mr. Wrestling from back in the 80s. Okay, that's what it is. No, not the Mr. Wrestling. It's the Russians or whatever they have you. But anyway, regardless, it's shitty. It's old. It's stupid. You beat a guy who could, and I do mean this, could have had similar momentum to Penta. Probably not, but could have. And you completely fucked it all. You completely fucked it to hell. You brought this kid in, and his second match was in WrestleMania against this guy that you're pushing down our throats, which is fine. I'm actually for it, but this was the wrong guy to do it with. And from all the head nods, I know I'm not alone.
This whole Grande Americana thing, I said it during the weekly review with Paul, Dan, and Mike. I'm not a fan of this gimmick at all. I don't know what this is. I just pray and hope there's a payoff for Chad Gable because this is some of the dumbest crap I've ever seen.
I mean, it's not as bad as Shorty G.
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad.
For me, it's just about neck and neck.
It's up there.
I think you could definitely tell the match was thrown together last minute. Like, you could tell.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe allotted more time, like
Hodgepodged.
maybe say they had like 2 weeks, just as an example, maybe then they could have, put on something better. I mean, for what it was okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, I actually kind of enjoyed the match. Shout out to Chad Gable for hitting the freaking moonsault senton. I thought that
Oi.
was fantastic.
That was nice.
It
Uh,
was.
but
It
I
was
mean, the
nice.
match was, I think, kind of solid. I actually thought that Phoenix and Chad Gable were the plan the entire time for WrestleMania. Because to me, Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable didn't really make that much sense for a Mania match. It just didn't have it. So I thought they were going to build eventually to Phoenix taking the spot. And then when Mysterio got injured, I was like, wait, is this how they're going to do it? And then Phoenix got put into the match, and I was like, oh, well, maybe this was planned out. And all my buddies were like, no, it's not planned out. Rey Mysterio legit got injured.
Yeah.
And then I saw the match, and I was
Tore his
like, okay,
hamstring.
they did not plan this out. There was no thought
No,
behind
there
this
was
match.
no plan. It was let's go in there and
Uh,
do some shit.
yeah, it could have been a very good match, and who knows, maybe this will build. Maybe they'll run it back and do the whole, hey, he didn't really win. Give me another opportunity. They could build this into a good pay-per-view match if they run it back, but we'll see where that goes.
I dig it.
Gracias.
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 I love this.
Mhm.
It's fantastic. So we get every year we get this. They have to announce how many people bought seats to the goddamn thing. So somebody comes out to announce the attendance. It's Shawn Michaels, and he looks every
I
bit of
thought that
Shawn
was
Michaels.
Columbo.
Huh?
I thought that was Columbo with the glass
The
eyes.
glass. That's messed up. You guys are terrible.
What?
He could barely see, so they rated it as fucking big as they could on this card, so he could actually read it. He's and again, even E fans will say this is a bullshit number. 61,467. Again, I don't know. I don't even know if Allegiant
There's-
Stadium can hold 60,000 plus. I don't know, and I'm going to say this as nice as I can. I don't care. Who gives
Yeah,
a fuck
me
what
either.
the attendance number is?
There's a
Seriously.
gang of people there. That was
That's
cool.
for real. That's who gives a fuck what the number is. Does it look full? Hey, I'm winning,
Look
fam.
full of shit to me.
Hey, fucking hey. We had
So-
Steven. We had Stephen Amell in the crowd. Go ahead.
According to records, the maximum capacity this per standard, events is 65,000.
Okay, so a near
Now,
sellout
it
if it's.
can be expanded to 72,000.
Jeez.
God damn, fucking Allegiant Stadium. I see you for him. See you. All right.
And I will say this: thank freaking God, I didn't get tickets because, like, I saw pictures that people had put that had like the cheap seats. Like, they couldn't see the ring.
Tab.
Did you see that cheap seat picture? Holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to,
Like, you
man.
couldn't see where the ring was.
This is.
But I heard people were walking up day of to the ticket window and were getting $400 floor seats with the souvenir chair next to people that paid 10 G's.
Yeah, because they don't ever sell them out, so they want to get rid of them. It happens all the fucking time. I promise you guys.
I'm gonna do that next
Walk up
year.
to the I'm telling y'all, walk up to the ticket booth. I mean it.
You get one of them $400 seats.
The
I win.
400s. So Charlotte is driven to the ring in a Rolls Royce. Why?
She chose the right car.
I
At
mean,
least.
it's a nice car.
Yeah.
LA Knight got driven up in a
And it was a Maserati.
what was it? A Maserati, a two-seater Maserati.
Two-
He comes in on the driver's lap.
Fuck
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, if you're gonna get driven to it, that's a car you drive yourself.
yes, you
If you're
drive
being
that car.
driven, you come in a Rolls Royce like Charlotte. Charlotte knows
She
what
did
she's
it right.
doing. Her daddy taught her well.
As he should. So let's get right into this one. Tiffany Stratton.
And shout out to Danny Limelight. He was the
Hey.
driver, apparently.
Oh shit!
I love
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah. He posted on the IG yesterday.
As he should. I guess Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship. So the idea has been that Charlotte unfairly won the Royal Rumble. Blah, 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 blah. Shouldn't have happened. She's going to win the belt. Yakety yak. Nobody wants to stop the Tiffy time. They argue about their men in the DMs. And now we're here. I swear I've said it already. I said it at the Royal Rumble. This fucking massive knee brace that's sparkly, that's on fucking Charlotte's leg. It distracts the shit out of me. Oh, does it distract the shit out of me? This thing is twice the size of a frickin' Steve Austin's and 3 times the size of Homegirl and NXT's. Jesus Christ. So, this was...
She got Tegan Knox hiding in there.
Yes, she does. Oh, God. Not see, at least go up to Tegan and be like, girl, where do you get, like, the skinny ones? These ones don't look too bad. My shit look bulky as fuck. Because it does. Oh, my goodness gracious. I've seen smaller ones on the offensive line. Anyway, obviously, there's going to be some catcalling. There's the B words drop. Charlotte's calling her a bitch. There's some chops, aggressive strikes.
My thumbs.
A whole bunch of it. Charlotte hits a moonsault to the outside, gets shoved off. There's a whole bunch of stuff. This was actually a relatively well-worked match. I just kind of felt like for a little bit I was watching Charlotte versus Charlotte. Maybe it was just me.
Yeah, the gear was identical. Brianna even mentioned it. She's like, who let them come out in the same gear?
Yeah, that just... Because, again, they don't have a super... Their moveset's not super far apart from each other. There's a lot of stuff that Charlotte does, that Tiffany does, minus like the chops and the signature moves and such. So when you have the same fucking gear, trust me, it was easy to get confused, and boy howdy did it. Charlotte drops Stratton off the top rope, hits a natural selection. There was a near fall. Charlotte does some trash talking. Stratton slaps the crap out of her. There's the figure 4. Stratton gets out of it, hits an Alabama slam into the turnbuckle, hits it, follows up with the Finley roll, and then hits the prettiest moonsault ever? The baddest moonsault ever? I forget what the BME actually stands for. But picks up the win. Not a lot of people really popped at first. It was kind of like a delayed pop. They were just like, are you sure Charlotte didn't win? Are we sure? We were kind of prepared for Charlotte to win. No, she didn't win. Get excited. All right, here we go. But then again, it's WrestleMania. Motherfuckers have probably been at Allegiant Stadium since 1, 2 in the afternoon. So it's just, I'm sure they were tired. Anyway, what do y'all think of the match? What do we think of Charlotte? What's going on next?
Oh, there was just a sigh of relief because I think we all expected Charlotte to win, and she didn't.
Thank God.
And it was just.
I don't even remember who won.
Now I know what he said.
I don't even remember that. That's how bored I was with that match.
But I mean, Tiffany took something. She took something.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it got shoot for a little bit. I kind of remember that.
Oh yeah.
Charlotte got a little frustrated and
she got the huge bruise on her shoulder, the knot on her forehead, busted lip. It looked like a chipped tooth, but I guess it wasn't.
Yeah, it didn't look that way.
They got a little shooty.
A little bit.
I definitely think there's some heat there.
Of course.
I think
when Charlotte yelled, "Come on, bitch!" it sounded personal.
Mad personal.
But not the first time for Charlotte, though.
Nah.
No, I think it's indicative of Charlotte herself and kind of who she is and where she's at. I mean, there have been reports on her. Becky Lynch has kind of said, that she and Charlotte, aren't really friends anymore. So, I mean, you kind of wonder, would you be surprised if that stuff's true? I wouldn't. I think it's very obvious that Tiffany Stratton is the next big thing. Do they really still need Charlotte around?
No, but then again, I guess you could kind of make that same argument about Trish that keeps coming back every couple of years.
Yeah, but Trish ain't causing the trouble that Charlotte's causing. She don't got the ego that Charlotte's causing. Probably a lot cheaper than Charlotte at this point.
Right. Overall.
Charlotte's at the point where I think, yeah, WWE doesn't need her. She is honestly one of the best female wrestlers in the world, arguably the best. Um, time and again has shown in WWE that doesn't really matter.
Nope.
She can go off to New Japan, she can go off to Stardom, she can go off to AEW, and she's not going to move the needle in any of those places because it's just that's just not the draw. Tiffy is the draw. She is the future. Like DC said, it's time for Charlotte to step away.
I think we can all start to agree with that whole sentiment that maybe it's time for her to step down. So we finally have come to the main event, but before we do that, we have to go ahead.
I think needs to get addressed with that. If you look at the number of injuries that Charlotte Flair has had in the last 5 years,
good point.
She had, I mean, I would honestly say 5 years. The last 5, so we're talking 2020 to now. I'd say she's probably missed at least half of that, if not a little bit more, altogether.
Yeah, that's fair.
Am I saying retire? No. But I think what you do, you move her down to a part-timer schedule.
There you go.
Keep her for the
Natty style.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Have her for SummerSlam, for Rumble, Survivor Series. Cash in on the Flair name.
She's the Lesnar.
Smart. Smart.
I like that. So we get to the main. And again, this is supposed to be things are a little bit turned upside down. We get this whole like Punk special video and we're supposed to feel, and there's people crying in the crowd. Punk's back in WrestleMania. Who gives a shit? Okay, it's an old fucking wrestler. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay, stop fucking crying. Anyway, I swear there's what had happened.
Cry me a river.
Attaboy. Tell him. Real tears, as we say over here. I swear there's some remnants to the gray sweater and the yellow gear and the Paul Heyman. I swear there's something to it. I don't know what it is. Oh, it was The Undertaker. It was The Undertaker. Now I remember. So, cool knock to that one. Cool, I guess, whatever. Nod to that one. In Living Color came out. I should say, came out. They played the song. Good on them. For the guys that are as old as they are, they can still rock the same song a bunch of times, so good on them. They stopped it early, though, and there was this whole, 40 seconds of Punk still doing his entrance with no music. I don't know if that was intended. It didn't seem right, felt weird, whatever. And so then we get to the match, and now we're down to what's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Punk and Heyman running roughshod on everybody? Is Heyman going to turn on Punk and go back with Roman? Is Seth an asshole? We don't know. Okay, so we had to get into this match to figure it out, but yes, he is. And they're fighting everywhere. This is a triple threat. They're brawling all over the arena. They're throwing trash on each other, hitting each other with trash cans, all kinds of shit. Then we get to these new tables. And oh boy. These new tables, they don't break like the other tables. The other tables, exploded. Well, these looks fucking exploded, all right. I tell you what. That gets later into the match, but they're setting up for them. They're already setting up for them. They're bringing out tables from under the ring. There's chairs. Again, it's fucking utter goddamn mayhem. Punk's taking a shot at Reigns, hits a neck breaker, hands over both of his knees, goes to hit a simultaneous DDT and a reverse DDT. It works. They're doing the cool spots. They're doing what I would call the AEW spots, the fancy wrestling, if you will. And it looks good, and it keeps going. Reigns, I didn't mention this in the beginning, he is not as big as he once has been. He is leaned out. He is a leaned, strong tribal chief, and there's a point in the match where it starts to break down. Rollins has to tell Roman, hey, we got to be the Shield again, bro. We got to work together. That's the only way we can get rid of this fucking guy. He doesn't belong here. This is for us. So it looks like it's gonna go down. They get Roman's all hyped up, and it looks like we're gonna get the big old scream and the Shield power bombs. And no, instead he actually just power bombs them both through the announce tables. Punk one kind of breaks and Punk goes through it, and then the one where Seth goes through, that fucking thing exploded. Okay, I haven't seen these tables do that yet. This thing, the sides shot out of it like it was it was crazy just to see all the power coming from Slim Down Roman as he knocks this dude through it. We're back into the ring and everybody's got a goddamn submission. It's the guillotine. It's the anaconda vice. It's the sharpshooter. Then we're working the guillotine some more. Then it's Rollins counters it into a Northern Lights suplex, and then he reapplies the hold. There's a curb stomp. There's a GTS near fall. We're getting the near falls. It's WrestleMania. Everybody get excited, and that's when it happens. It's time for Paul Heyman to get involved because he's had enough. So he grabs a chair from the timekeeper's area, and he goes and he has this entire breakdown with himself. Do I give it to Punk? Do I give it to Roman? Well, he gave it to Punk, and as Punk is all excited, and he's finally got the chair, and he's got him set up for revenge, there's a low blow. Oh, of course, the tribal chief and the wise one are going to work together. Right? Wrong. You're all wrong. You're all dead wrong. Because exactly what happened is I don't want to say the unthinkable, but the thing we all probably didn't think was really going to happen. Seth is walking away with Paul Heyman. Seth now has the wise men at his disposal. Seth can never be trusted with a chair and Roman's back turned because he will hit it. Death, taxes, and Roman getting hit in the back with a chair by Seth Rollins is the way of fucking life. That's what goes down. Michael Cole is completely fucking losing his shit. There's Reigns gets hit with a chair. There's a curb stomp and a slow 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins beats CM Punk, beats Roman Reigns, walks away with the wise one. 30-plus minute main event. I enjoyed this main event. I like the swerve, the double swerve, if you will. And I'm super, super, super curious of what in the fuck is going to go down with Seth Rollins now.
Oh, we know.
I have no idea.
So, as we are recording this, Monday Night Raw just ended.
Hey.
The Raw after Mania. Rollins
Some
came to the
spicy
ring
shit.
with Heyman. I had the volume, so I don't know what was said. But Punk came out and, tried to cause a brouhaha. He got taken out. And then the Tribal Chiefs music hits. He comes out, takes out Rollins, hits Heyman with the Superman punch.
Hey.
Starts to go for the spear. And before he can do the whole ooh-ah, he gets taken out by somebody in a hoodie.
Oh.
It's Braun Breaker.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Braun Breaker is a Paul Heyman guy, something we have been clamoring for
Yep.
since October when they were doing, the head-to-head with AEW, that whole thing. That happened, and they just took them both out. So Backlash, we're probably going to get CM Punk and Roman Reigns versus Rollins and Breaker, which, okay, cool.
That's fine.
But also, I don't know if you noticed it, Mo. There was a moment between Rollins and Reigns at Mania. And Rollins says to him, he says, "You're nothing without..." Or maybe, I think, was it Reigns that said it, Rob?
No, it was Seth.
Seth says to Roman, he said, "You're nothing without me. You're nothing without Mox."
Yeah, I did
Nothing
hear
without
that.
The bloodline.
I hear nothing without your bloodline. Yep.
So it's... And to not... I thought it was something like... To actually say Mox and not to say, you're nothing without me. You're nothing without Ambrose. Actually calling him Mox.
He said Mox.
He's called him Mox before.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody likes the name Ambrose.
No. Reminds you of the salad.
We know Mox doesn't like it.
Fucking A, you don't. All right, so I guess we haven't done this in a while. Something we should do on the Retro Rewind. Give the thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, or whatever have you. So for night one, before we get into night two, thumbs up, middle, down. Yeah, I think we're pretty all in the gimmick.
I'm Thumbs
Oh,
up
you're
on
going
that
up?
one.
Oh, I'm shocked. We're all in the middle. I mean, again, it was night one. I want to say night two's card was better from the jump. You had more anticipation for that one. So let's not waste no more time. Let's get into it. Triple H opened night one. His wife opens up night two. She says that the last time that the WrestleMania was in Vegas was WrestleMania 9 when she was 16 years old. Now her middle daughter is 16 years old as they're here at WrestleMania 41, which just means, goddamn, I'm old as shit. So we actually start with a very, very a damn good match. I can't even say very too many
Damn
times.
good.
It's gonna
Started
fuck it up.
hot.
A damn good match. A hot start. Thank you, Harold. That's a perfect way. A hot start. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Women's World Championship. It's just like in the Intercontinental Championship match, which we'll get to earlier or later. I should say earlier. We'll get to later. Any one of these ladies could have won, and I don't think we would have really have been overly indifferent. But the idea, at least in my realm and my neck of the woods, from the boys at Max and all the other stuff, it was Io was our number one. We wanted her to retain because that seemed to be the best move right now. She's the hottest one. She deserves a true title reign. Rhea Ripley winning it back isn't the worst thing in the world because mommy's over. But the third and probably least favorite idea was Bianca Belair, just because I think that we really want to see a true heel run from Bianca. Just something different, just to swerve off a little bit. Well, I mean, she's not going to lose any single fans. Attaboy, DC. She's not going to lose any fans when she's hugging her stepdaughter in her entrance. So I'll give her that. And then we get into this match, and just these ladies put it all out on the line, with Io being the absolute queen of the sky she is, hitting meteors, avalanche, riptides, just the Bianca KDO, everything meant something. You didn't know when the finish was going to show up. There was 5 minutes in, the fans were chanting, "This is awesome," and I'm like, "No, this is really good. This is really good," and then 2 or 3 minutes later, they're screaming it. This is awesome. Okay, they're kind of right. I see your point. And then it somehow gets turned up another notch. We get the massive, was it Avalanche Poison Rana spot. Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley are having a whole fight exchange right there. Bianca slips, gets hit with a riptide, smacked Rhea right in her gets smacked with the braid. Belair had Rhea pinned. Io Sky hits the moonsault off the top rope to break it up. Ends up getting the win on Bianca, which I think was the perfect way to do it. Super hot opener. Io Sky retains the Women's World Championship. She deserves this run. She will get this run. I love this run. This was a perfect way to switch the flip, or flip the switch, I should say. Just flip the whole dynamic, if you will, from night one to night two. Way to do it.
10 out of 10. No notes.
Absolutely.
Kevin Nash is somewhere punching the air right now.
And he's
tore my
just torn
quad.
another quad.
Hey,
Yeah,
attaboy. Do you mean DC? If they
I
can
will
say
say this. I did kind of expect Bianca to win, and the reason I say that,
Nope.
I kind of expected Naomi to come out and help her.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, I half expected that to happen because, I feel like there's still, unresolved issues there.
The unresolved tension.
So, I don't know. But great match, do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again. Do it again.
I like it. Do it again.
Do it again. SmackDown.
More-
NXT,
More sauce, please.
Sorry, yeah, we're talking.
the sweetest of sauces.
Hey, ooh, I like it. I like it.
No sour sauce, none.
Not a bit.
That comes in the main event.
Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there. Anything to add, boys, before we hop on to the next one?
No, this is a great way to start night two. It
Absolutely.
kind of wipe the taste of night one right out your mouth.
Right out
Absolutely.
your mouth. So, Slayer Was it just hold on, was it just the guitarist or was it all Slayer?
Just Gary King.
Okay, that's what I
Gary
thought because
King.
I was like, I didn't see
Slayer
nobody.
guitar player.
I didn't see nobody else. So let's go with Slayer themed theme or Slayer inspired theme for Drew McIntyre, and then we get the Sin City Street fight: Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. We knew these guys were going to beat the hell out of each other. They beat the hell out of each other to the point where, again, fighting all over the ring, fighting all around the ring. Drew McIntyre's taking selfies of himself, saying still bored at work because he took one last year when he was whooping somebody's ass saying bored at work. Love this guy. I love this guy. I do. He's the best. And I honestly had no provisions. I had no thought for a second that Damian Priest was going to win this. It's Drew McIntyre's turn. He is the monster here now. And he fucking absolutely murders him with a claymore while the chair is on his head. So,
Yeah.
I don't know when we're going to see Damian Priest for a while, but Drew McIntyre gets the win. And I always have to continuously ask, what's next? Where does he go? What's next? What does he do? What's next? The main event scene looks bloated as shit everywhere on both shows. So I'm just cool with Drew McIntyre just hanging out, beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
And taking selfies while
Hey,
he's doing it.
definitely do that part. Definitely do that part. All right. I love this. We're streaming right along.
Give me Oba, Femi, and Drew.
This is what I'm talking about. That's a fellow right there that I feel like we were talking about Faxium and them getting an immediate push up. Give it to Oba Femi, baby. It's time. Strap the rocket to the kid, just like you did this other fella, and we're gonna get into it. Fatal 4-way. This match, wow, a whole lot in it, and just you never knew. Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, by the way, rocking the Tottenham Championship belt, will never win a fucking trophy again. But anyway, Penta, Braun Breaker, outstanding. Shocked this wasn't a ladder match, but it starts off kind of mild, and Balor's getting a little bit of offense in, and then here comes Penta getting some offense in, and then Braun says, "Yeah, hold my beer," and he fucking takes over, and he's murdering folk. And Carlito's down, and he's hanging out ringside, and he fucking, like, overhead suplexes the shit out of him, which, love that. Everyone's trading moves. Dominic hits Balor in the middle of the ring with a 619. The crowd goes bananas because he's finally over. He's finally the face. Oh, my God, what's happening? Carlito gets speared through the table. Love that. Penta then gets speared as well. Dom gets hit with a 619. Or Dom hits Braun with a 619. Goes for the frog splash. Gets crotched. Crowd's booing. Balor hits a sling blade. Drop kick. Tries to go for this coup de grace. Breaks up the cover with a frog splash on his own. Dom looks like it's... Or not Dom. Yeah, Dom looks like it might be over. He then ends up getting the pin. Picks up the win. He is your new Intercontinental Champion. The guy we secretly wanted to win won, and Las Vegas told you it wasn't a secret. We wanted him to win. The kid deserves it. Yes, he's an asshole. Yeah, he's annoying. Yes, he smells through my television. But you know what? I like the kid. Okay? He's got moxie. He's got tenacity. What's not to like? Honestly, what's not to like? Give me some thoughts, gentlemen. Is this? I mean, now that we now know what happened on Raw and we know where Braun Breaker's going, but at this time and moment, did this hurt Braun at all?
No.
And
Fuck no. He's the only person that can kill Carlito twice in a month.
Yes.
You know, to see where Dom has come, you know, if you think back to the first match he had with Seth Rollins, you know, during the COVID era, you know, to the tag title run he had with his dad, you know, even to the initial heel turn, like, he is leaps and bounds better than he was. And, like, he is somebody that is genuinely over with the crowd. and has even said he loves being a heel. He said he never wants to turn face, but like the reaction that he got, I would dare say he probably may have gotten the loudest pop of almost the entire crowd, the entire event.
Would
Yeah,
not,
don't think you had a
yeah.
choice there, bud.
Maybe,
Yeah.
just maybe.
To the point where he ran back out to the ring and posed a
did.
little bit more.
Can we say the people love Dom? All right. Anything to add, boys?
Yeah, I mean, that just echoing what DC said, to see just where Dom has come, the progress. I kind of felt like the title wasn't something he needed.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody thinks Dom needs a title.
No. Not at all.
But it kind of seemed like a due congratulations for the growth and the progress that he's made and how over he is. There's like we were saying about Fatu, all gas, no brakes. Just to the moon with these kids.
Please and thank you. Make it happen. I mean, again, you could have asked us this probably a year ago. We would have maybe said something different. But the upward trajectory, the ability to adapt and be creative has worked out well in his favor. And I'm happy for the kiddo. We get Randy Orton, who's out for his 20th WrestleMania. Whoever his opponent is or was, whatever, they're going to get an RKO, whatever the fuck he was saying. I forgot. I wasn't even paying goddamn attention. And then that's when... By the way, he was rocking his like, I wanted the blue and yellow trunks. I want to say it was back all the way back in 2002. So blue and yellow.
Almost nod to his debut trunks.
Love that. So Randy Orton's waiting patiently for who may be his opponent. And we're obviously going to get some mystery fella. And I don't know who even was a thought. Honest to God. I didn't even know who was even a thought. But the one and only thought you probably could have thought of, I'm using that word too many times, is Joe Hendry. Say his name, and he appears. And the boys get it. The reaction that the people in Vegas gave for Joe Hendry was so overwhelming that even Randy himself took a step back and was like, all right, I see it. I dig it. I dig it. Now, granted, the kid didn't last but 3 minutes with Randy, and that's fine. I don't expect him to. In this realm of the wrestling world, if you will, TNA technically is kind of on the lower level. Maybe it's on the lower level. Maybe it's some kind of way below NXT. Whatever. It doesn't matter. He got a huge pop. He earned Randy Orton's respect, even then received a second RKO because he does that out of the kindness of his heart. Randy does.
He's a
Term of endearment.
There
He's
you
a
go.
giver.
He's a giver.
That Randall. That Randall.
That Randall. He's a giver, that fella. But it's great. I love this. Good little spotlight for Joe Hendry. Good spotlight for Randy Orton. It's good. It's quality. It wasn't like, oh my God. You could say it was a waste of time. You could absolutely say it was a waste of time, but I'm going to use it as a little bit of a cool, healthy spotlight.
Yeah.
What this was, people, and for those of us that have been watching wrestling since the 80s.
Stone Age. I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
Let's talk about what this was. Big picture. This was the first time ever in WWE history that another company's world title or world champion competed at WrestleMania.
In 41 years.
It never happened. If this is something if you had told me this would have happened 5 years ago, I would have thought, there's no way.
You're full of shit.
There is no way in hell this would ever happen. But it did. And long term, it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, we got another TNA pay-per-view coming up. We have Ethan Page versus
TNA got bought out already.
I guess we'll see if when
Y'all just don't know it yet.
I guarantee it's probably happened. When Ethan Page wins the title.
Rebellion at the end of the month, or actually next Sunday.
Oh God.
Here in Los Angeles.
Hey, yeah, we're talking. All right. Trust me, I know we're kind of glossing over, as these gentlemen kind of already had talked about. We are glossing over to the purchase and maybe purchases of WWE's making, but I assure you we'll make that an entire other fun episode because we got to get into this next one. And I'm hearing a lot of upset people on the internet. A lot. And One of them being Karrion Kross. We'll get into his comments at the end of this. Logan Paul, AJ Styles. AJ Styles likely doesn't have too many of these WrestleMania matches left. No. Logan Paul gets in here and love him, hate him, loathe him, buy his product, block him on the YouTubes, whatever it is you feel, do, however say about Logan Paul. The cat knows what he's doing. The cat gets it, okay? The kid's athletic. He gets the business. There's nothing wrong with that. When I seen it together, I was like, this is going to bang. If it's not going to bang, then at least AJ is going to make this kid look that much more solid. And guess what? He made this kid look that much more solid. It's just what happens, okay? When you're avoiding the Styles clashes and hitting a buckshot lariat and you got Pat McAfee going bananas, can't do wrong.
Yeah, even more so than I thought. At several points during the match, I was like, Styles is getting his ass whooped.
Yes.
Like, he got hardly any offense in. It was kind of weird to see, but at the same time, Logan held it down and nobody noticed that this was some green part-timer basically being ring general in the match.
Not basically. It was solid. He was. Oh, God. So we get Logan Paul's corny friend Jeff tries to get the brass knuckles to Logan. Karrion Kross intercepts because I don't really know. I think he's got a thing with AJ. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. So don't yell at me. Paul ducks the phenomenal forearm, hits a big punch, hits the pulverizer, whatever the fuck it's called, and picks up the win. It was, I want to say, an above-average match. I felt like this kind of match probably would have happened on a Raw, SmackDown, whatever have you. You could have seen it during the week. But for what it was, I guess it makes sense to put it on this. Yes, we didn't get a big celebrity crash in. No Mr. Beast. No I Show Speed. I know the kids are pissed. Oh, well. But we're giving Logan Paul a spotlight where he requires it on the bigger shows. So, tit for tat, it's fine. I'll take it.
It's fine.
Sure.
Whatever.
There we go. See, as you can tell, the boys are whatever about it, and as they should, because it's exactly what it was. It's whatever.
And AJ doesn't need this. Like,
no.
He's AJ Styles. Like,
Factual.
He's already one of the greatest of all time. This does more for Logan Paul. Like or not.
Yeah,
exactly. Like it or not, it is what it is.
And we know how Nicola feels about him.
Hey, yes we do. So I am convinced that Vanessa Hudgens, whatever the fuck her name is.
Making up his own celebrity.
I gave her a whole plethora.
Whole new name.
They say her same birthday too.
Love it. I'm convinced that she is as big of a wrestling fan as probably the whole TSK. She is a totally different breed of celebrity fan. Well, then again, you can say the same thing about George Kittle. So,
Jelly roll.
Yeah, there goes another one. Women's. Okay, so it's a tag team title match. Women's tag team title match. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez defending against the women's Intercontinental Champion Lia Valkyria and Valkyria. Whatever. I don't know how the fuck you say it. And Becky.
Valkyria.
I was going to say the returning Becky Lynch, who was the surprise entrant, who people went bananas. I don't want to say went bananas for. That's not true. She got a pop. Let's just be real. Yeah. She got a pop. She's not in her cosplay Seth Rollins, I'm the man, whatever. She came out looking like Becky Lynch, the last kicker. Simple, mom mode, if you will. It worked out fine. I felt there was no reason for a hodgepodge tag team to win these tag team championships, but the hodgepodge tag team won the tag team championships.
That's sure as hell did.
It doesn't make. They're not doing anything with Lyra as it is, and this IC title, and now you're adding another belt that you already know you're not going to do shit with anyway. So what are we doing?
Oops.
What are we doing here? This feels weird. It feels weird, and
it's just Tony Khan doing cocaine.
Oh wait, wrong show. Thank you. Thank you. Because that's exactly what I'm getting at. This feels like a TK booking. This feels like, hey, the names are together, give them something. Why? Because cocaine. Okay.
It's a really good Tony Khan. That sounds just like him.
Yeah.
There you go. You're
Well,
welcome.
you'll be happy to know they lost the titles already. So
Oh, thank Jesus Christ.
There's your Raw coverage too. Throw that on there.
Becky Lynch turned
Goodness
heel.
gracious.
little specks of Raw. for you.
Love it.
Yeah.
Did you say Becky Lynch turned heel on her?
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
what do you know?
Hey, some more specks of Raw coverage.
He beat the ever living dog shit out of Lyra.
I wait.
Oh,
Sure did. And then she tried to
Dog
scream
Smith.
at her, and her voice was gone. So all you heard was, and Becky going like this.
Oh, God. So bad.
you and your damn wings! You lost our titles.
Ah,
Your damn wings lost
And
our titles.
I will just say this. So, the press conference, Becky and Seth's kid stole a show.
Hey, that kid looks just like Seth, bro. Just like Seth. Apparently they're not a Peppa
Poor
Pig
kid.
family. They're all into Bluey. Nobody can blame them. Bluey's the shit. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out. I really did think that'd be like
And
the moment
murders
where I
the
might
woman.
cry a little bit because you hear the glass break.
No, he didn't. hit
But
her.
hold on, let me get to this. This motherfucker was drinking before this.
He was drinking.
And I don't mean like, oh, he had a couple beers. No, he was drinking. All right? Because he comes. So I saw a fan video. Thank God for TikTok right now. So I saw a fan video of this dude coming down the ramp, and the ramp's going right here, and he goes, whip, right, fucking right next to it, completely misses it, goes back. That's what took so long for him to come out. He fucked up. So he's got to basically get off the bike, walk it backwards, goes up the ramp, is obviously drunk, ripping the corners, got it around one nice time, real close, real close, because they didn't move the fucking steps, which is what you're supposed to do. And then the second time he passes the announce desk, I swear to God, he got excited by something Pat said or whatever and just goes right instead of left and smashes right into the barricade, scared the holy dog shit out of like 5 people in the front row, including the green shirt guy. And he's just laughing like it's not a big deal. Like he didn't just, almost commit fucking vehicular manslaughter. I'm like, all right.
DUI, baby.
He was wilding. Austin was wilding. He says it was a sold-out crowd of 63,226. Obviously, the number's not right. He literally says, fuck this shit. I got to do a count. So he's counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, of course, because Pat is every one of us, it goes 5, what? 6, what? 7, what? Perfectly. In unison. I was really waiting for people to just, everybody chant what, but I forget they don't listen to, they can't hear the commentators. He stops at 18, was like, fuck it, the number's fine. Total number for both nights is 124,693. Again, I don't believe that shit. The other Khan is seen in the front row. Nick Khan, not Tony Khan. And then he's, Austin's chugging these, I want to say the lagers, not the IPAs. The lagers, because if it was the IPAs, he's getting fucking carried out of that bitch. What? So, fun and games are over, and now I guess, if you will, the serious time happens. Go ahead, D.
I think Nick Khan because Awesome went to get back on the ATV. I think Nick Khan told him,
No,
no.
not doing it. Goodness gracious! Somebody had to be the boss of Stone Cold. What a shocker!
You know that person who, they're taking care of it.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Speaking of taking care of it, John Cena took care of my inner child as he took on Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. And every week I'm hoping for the Dr. Thugonomics. I'm hoping for Badman. I'm hoping for a Travis Scott remix. Something. Give me a different theme. Fuck no. It's a giant middle finger to all of us as he continues on with the same theme that was the annoying Super John. I don't want to see it anymore. But it happened, and it came out. No video screen in the background. Cody comes out in like this modified Iron Man nightmare mask thingamajig. I don't know. Thought it was dumb. The fucking dirt bikes was the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so bad. Oh my god. Just yell. We think he's a redneck. He's a redneck. That's just fucking hell, brother. If we weren't already like Trump loving with fucking Colby Covington in the goddamn crowd, the dirt bikes are trying to tell you the same. It just was dumb. It made no sense. It was annoying. And so we get to the match, and there's always one. In every goddamn PLE, pay-per-view, whatever, whether it is a John Cena or a Roman Reigns, they say it's a World Heavyweight Championship match or it's a World Title match, and we're in the main event. God damn it, we're wrestling. And that's what they did. They went out there and they fucking wrestled. And I'm starting to nod off. And I'm just like, this is exactly why we hated Super Cena back in the day, because he was slow and dumb and took forever. And then Cody just with his, watch me, I was a high school star in wrestling bullshit. And it took me out of it. I normally love the grapples. I normally do. And this just felt so fucking forced. It wasn't even funny. And then the match.
This reminds me, we had the same issue with Mox and Swerve.
Yes.
What was it, Dynasty?
Yes.
Or Revolution?
No, Dynasty.
Dynasty.
After 5 hours
like,
of a show, they're like, we have to wrestle.
5 hours, 12 and a half, 3/4 matches. And they're starting with tie-ups and headlocks and wrist locks and shit.
They said, hammerlock, baby. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? But that's what they did. And they were trading counters. And then there was an AA for a near fall real early. And then there's the super AA off the middle rope. And this is where John starts to pick up steam. John's hitting AA after AA after AA. He's already on his third. Goes for the ST, which I thought it was like whatever. It's the STF. Gets the stupid submission in. The referee ends up getting knocked down, and then that's when there's a fourth AA, and then Travis Scott comes out. And you kind of don't know what to feel, how to feel, what to say, what to do, whatever. And
why the fuck did he take his sweet ass time getting to the ring?
He took forever.
The amount of
entrance.
Go ahead. Yeah. I'm sorry to cut you all off.
The Travis Taker.
Thank you. It took him as long as Taker would to come out. If not, he was about as slow as the Big Show when he would walk out for the Royal Rumbles. He would take all day and a half. Just bro, you're not that guy. You're not that guy. Okay, in the music world, these kids, whatever. Here, I don't care. It's a fucking distraction. Obviously, Scott's gonna try to hit Cody again. Does it? That's when Cena's waiting with the belt in hand, tries to go for the hit. It turns into a whole ordeal as when Cody gets the belt and Cena's begging him off. Oh, please don't hit me! Please don't hit me! Scott tries to slap Rhodes, gets hit with a crossroads. He's gone. Cena gets clocked. Cena clocks Rhodes with the belt, and then that's it. It's exactly what we would have gotten 15, 16, 17 years ago. During the prime of the Super Cena era. This is why, this is how John would have won, or would have been his superstar moment is, he gets hit with a belt, and watch him kick out at 2.99999. In this instance, that didn't happen. John wins as heelish as he can. It's the 17th time championship. He's, quote-unquote, surpassed Ric Flair. There's people that are pissed. There's people that are confused. There's people in awe. And there was a bunch of people leaving. That's all I got for reactions. I didn't hear much of a cheer. I didn't hear much of a pop. All in all, we knew this result was coming. And you could have given us something. You know what I mean? Something. The kids are hungry before bed, and all you got is peanut butter jelly sandwiches and ramen, and you give us bread. What can't I have peanut butter and jelly? I get the dry
Peanut butter,
noodles.
at
Why
least.
can't you cook them and make me a soup? You know what? Why can't I have them both? I know it's a terrible combination, but I'm just saying. Like, when you've got... What is the old saying that Brock Lesnar used to say? He's making chicken shit, or taking chicken shit and turning it into chicken salad. I got chicken shit. Who ordered this? Because I did it. All that for this. All that for this.
All that for this.
If anybody, I know DC's dying to just melt on this thing. So
Oh, if y'all thought my rant against TK was something,
fucking cry me.
I personally got no words for this. I mean, at this point, it is what it is. Where we go from here, I don't
want to
think
know.
I don't, and not only that, I don't think it matters at this point
I don't
because
give a fuck.
yeah,
I've got no fuck.
Oh, I love D.
I'm out of fucks. So,
Out
here's
of
the
fucks,
fucking
he
problem.
says.
There were videos of Cena the after party Saturday night, acting all buddy with the fans. And to me, I'm thinking, if they really wanted to go with this, evil Cena, I wouldn't have had him do a single appearance the whole weekend.
Makes a little more sense.
Nothing. Stay in your hotel room. Go to the finer restaurants. Go to the this, the that. Do all that. Don't do any signings or any of that bullshit. It's destroying, the whole thing. And I get it. He's saying you're gonna get what you deserved. You're gonna get what you've earned. You've earned nothing. Okay, fine, cool. And maybe because we had such a cinematic last year, but this is your last WrestleMania match that you're ever gonna have, and this is what you give the crowd. This is knowing that this is it. Look back to Cena's last, or not Cena. Look at Sting's last match, the tag match with Darby against the Bucks. That old bastard went through a fucking table.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure he landed on tax too.
I think so.
Yeah.
And no sold it.
yeah.
And
I love Sting.
you're
Typical
telling
Sting.
me that when your career is all said and done, all the WrestleMania matches, people aren't going to remember that. They're going to remember the last one.
Always remember the last one.
And somewhere Ric Flair's out there fucking pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, A, his record gone. Charlotte beaten. So, but of all that you could do, all the possible finishes, I thought, well, who knows? Maybe we'll get a swerve where, because I thought when he was looking at Travis Scott and Cody was behind him, I thought, well, maybe they're gonna pull a swerve,
Attaboy.
and that they were gonna have Cody kick Cena in the dick, and it was gonna pull a switcheroo.
I don't like
It
that.
would have been a way to do it. But this is what you give us. This
Yep.
is the finish that you went with.
The shite.
Who produced this? Has that gotten out who produced what match?
Not yet.
Not yet, but give it
This
time.
was,
I think they're holding that. Thank you.
this was absolute. Did they hire Pat Buck back?
Hey, you know
Because
what? If
this
he
is
did,
some
good
shit
riddance.
I ain't seen that boy. He been MIA.
And I'll do one better. I would much rather watch Swerve versus Mox 50 times in a row
Oh,
than have to watch this bullshit again.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
This was the my biggest point is this is what Cena gave us. This is what he's going to be remembered at. Not Mania 20, not any of the other ones. This one. This is the last. Okay, cool. And I said it before. He's not going to finish his career as a heel.
No.
He's not.
Mm-mm.
I think realistically, what'll happen if they're smart, they'll do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Have him drop it either at Backlash to Randy Orton or SummerSlam. Either or. And then what you do after he's lost it, you have The Rock come out and do the whole "we gave you everything and you let me down." And I think as far as Cody goes, Cody needs to disappear for a while.
Yeah, I don't think that would hurt him.
Come back around SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's coming. It might be a little far out, but I mean, I get your point. You got to take a couple months.
This, like,
Yeah,
to
I mean, Cody's been going hard the last 2 years.
let him have a break. Give him a vacation.
Okay.
But to me, this match and some of the other matches on night 2 dragged down a great card, a great night. It was probably I will say this, better work rate ethic. But the last match, to me, dragged it down.
Oh, yeah. All the way down.
Highly disappointed.
A little bit.
Sour sauce for both of them.
Hey. Hope it gives you the runs. All right. Well, that's not a voice. Well, that was it. That's all we could give you. I mean, like I said, we went through both nights. We went about an hour and a half. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for hanging out for as long as y'all did. Before we get up out of here, let's talk to the boys and see what they got planned.
Hold on.
Hold on.
You didn't do the thumbs.
Oh, wait,
Mids,
you're absolutely right.
low.
So, yeah, we did night 1, now night 2. Of course, you're going to go thumbs down. I'm going to give this one the thumbs up. I enjoyed
I'm
night
going thumbs
2
up.
a lot better than night 1. It worked out better. Prompt Breaker's the fucking man. Good shit.
DC going double
DC's
down.
going double
Damn.
down. Double down. He said, "You're
You
ending."
take, you take both of these thumbs and make them sour.
Hey. Goodness gracious.
Ricochet.
Oh, goodness. I love this.
And by the way,
this is why we do
Why
this.
you balls?
His
The
Twitter
madness.
game last night.
Twitter game.
That was his thumb game though.
Ayo, in the bum. I couldn't help myself.
I don't know. Ask Samantha Urban about that one.
Hey.
Hey!
Went up his own
Hey.
bum. It is what it is.
Like, let me
That's what
say,
I'm
like,
talking
if
about.
y'all think Tony Khan's Twitter is bad,
Go check out Ricochet's. Goodness gracious.
Homeboy needs to just Tate needs to just dial it back.
Dial it back just a little bit. A little bit.
Dial it back.
A little bit. All right, speaking of what we're not doing is we are not going to be dialing it back because we got a whole bunch of more stuff coming y'all way. I want to say Double or Nothing is within 4 weeks. I want to say it's within 4 weeks.
Yeah, May 25th.
There you go, 25th. So
Memorial Weekend.
give it about 4 weeks. Call it 5 if y'all want to get crazy. So that'll be the next time you catch the TSK. By then, we should be on our own page. But again, we will still be simul-dropping, if you will, with Max at least until the end of the year to kind of help each other out. So expect a whole bunch more from the TSK and a whole bunch of different places. And we'll figure out how we can spend that to y'all. But the first number one way is to check the description down below. And where you can also do is find out where these fine gentlemen are doing, also down by this description, as Rob is the first one pointing. Rob, what's the haps? You did night 1. I want to say it was you, Paul, and Big Mike.
Myself, Paul, Mike, and our
Deuce
very
Lee?
own DC.
Hey.
We did the weekly review. We went live. We talked. We joked. We had a lot of fun.
Hey.
It was very, very cool. Very good time. That's over on Mike's YouTube page. What's also on Mike's YouTube page is our other show with Big Mike, myself, and the Demon Nest, Neagle and McDonald. Hello, sister. Linktree/BlackHeartsEBG3. That's where you can find us there. All of our socials. It'll take you over to Mike's page. We've got a episode coming up we're going to be recording soon. It's going to be a watch through of a match from 2006, I believe. Hiroshi Tanahashi and AJ Styles.
Hey.
So we're going to be reacting to that. We also have a Origin show, going back to our Origin series. We're going to be doing Karrion Kross, Killer Kross. I think we've been talking about this, honestly, as long as Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling has been in existence. But I think now is the absolute time to do it. If you know, you know. TikTok. So we got that. If you want to come see what I'm doing, I got my YouTube started again. We've got some guitar covers coming up. I just put out a cover of System of a Down song, Aerials. Nice little cover. We're gonna keep going, and we're gonna get some content out, and hopefully it gets better as I push it out. We'll be dropping 2 new covers this week, so stay on the lookout for that. Linktree / Hey, I'm Rob. Let's come bang your head.
Come bang your
Talk
head.
sour.
I like that.
Sour sauce.
I like that. DC,
Yeah.
what's the haps? You guys were connected. What's going on else with you?
So, Mike and I are recording Uncaged tomorrow. We will be doing the Women's Revolution and Evolution, as it is rumored that we are going to be getting a new one.
I like it.
So, we did night 2 of WrestleMania last night live. Me, Mike, and Paul. And Pundit is going to be dropping tomorrow. Oh, I got a lot of shit to say. It's going to be about WWE 2K25 and the clusterfuck that is the glitches in that goddamn game.
Good lord.
Oh no.
As a man who writes code, I find it very unacceptable to find the same issues for multiple years.
Put
So,
it this way. You have countouts in matches that don't have
hell yeah.
a countout in a Hell in a Cell,
That's what I'm talking
for example.
about. That's what I'm talking about right there. It's classic wrestling for your knowledge. And that's for your knowledge. Now for your stomachs, Harold, what's the haps? Where are we eating this week?
You know what? We've got one more episode in the chamber from our Oceanside series. We hit up Flying Pig in Oceanside and tried some very interesting and tasty sandwiches there. And another one we got coming out, we hit Boathouse on the Bay out here on the marina in Long Beach, where you could have a margarita, you can have some tacos, and there's some dolphins right there slapping your fins. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for other fun places to eat and check out in the Southern California area, check out Two Sweet Click Adventures on YouTube and Instagram.
You should absolutely do it. He gave me another reason to go to Hodad's, and I grew up out here, so I know what Hodad's is, and I have to go back to Hodad's. Okay, that was one of the better episodes. I'm so glad that you guys came out to San Diego. You did the Oceanside trip. You did Ocean Beach. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to head out towards your guys' way and do something ourselves. There are some places maybe we need to head, as I am heading out there here in a couple of weeks. But what I will be doing in the next couple of, I don't want to say days, is, well, in the land of the Max Wrestling, recovering from my brutalization from, I guess, the Reformed Dragon Club, as I am no longer a promo champion. That's simply just a relic, and I will hang on to it forever. I don't care what anybody says. So we'll see how that goes, but each and every Thursday you can catch me and my man Daz Lee on the Max Wrestling, which you're going to catch this, and hopefully you'll start to see even more of it picking up as we do it, because like I said, the TSK is hanging out with Max Wrestling at least until the end of the year, but soon, very, very soon, we're going to be doing our own thing on our own channel, so you're definitely going to have to come check it out over there, and when it happens, you will be the first to know, and make sure that you are one of the first to subscribe. So we are going to get on up out of here. We took an hour and a half out of your day. We appreciate you for it. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see y'all in 5 weeks for Double or Nothing. Too sweet, boys. Let's get out of here.